Hi, this is something that I wrote a few years back that I'd like to share with you. It's called Why Did That Happen? The young girl traveled 1,000 miles to visit with family. She thought for some fun and games. What she found out was a part of her family was quite sick, but not in a cough and sneeze sense. It was lame. Her uncle keeps giving her a look that makes her feel strange, like the look her brother gives his girlfriend. Why did that happen? The distant family enjoyed a cookout and fireworks that 4th of July, and the children in the backyard could be heard laughing. But the young girl who traveled so far to have fun was being touched by Uncle Bill when others could not see. Why did that happen? The next day, when others were at work and the uncle was at home, the young girl was playing pool downstairs and listening to music. The uncle came downstairs to play a game and spend some time with her, but he wanted more than just to play a game of pool. Why did that happen? Pushed aside were the pool sticks, and the young girl's arm was grabbed. The uncle pulled the young girl up the stairway to his bedroom. His rifle was lying on the bed, and he shoved the young girl next to it. The uncle took the young girl's childhood away from her in a flash. Why did that happen? The young girl had to wait a week until she was to fly home. The longest week of her life, she thought. She did not understand anything that happened to her. She loved her uncle and did not comprehend the disgust. Why did that happen? Once at the airport, where the young girl's father was awaiting her arrival, the young girl's eyes met her father's, and she dashed away. Into the restroom she hid and cried until there were no more tears. Father and daughter drove 2 hours home without a word. Why did that happen? A few months later she was sent to a boarding school far from home. Her parents had enough of trying to deal with her emotions. 14 years old and feeling unworthy and thrown away. The young girl cried herself to sleep many a night, dreaming of horses. Why did that happen? The young girl's mother knew of this odd behavior her uncle owned, as he did the same thing to his daughters. But why, oh why did Mom let her go so far away and be with that man, she thought? Did Mother not love her? Did she not think? Why did this happen? 3 years later, accepted to college during her senior year in high school, the young lady felt brighter and lighter on the surface. She made friends, studied, went to parties, and completed her work. The young lady seemed to be making progress in her life. Why did that happen? Her last year in college she met a man too shortly in time turned into her husband. He was fun, handsome, and made her laugh uncontrollably. Once she graduated from college, they moved far, away down south to live, where her new husband turned into someone else. Why did that happen? They lived near the beach, managing a hotel in Fort Lauderdale. Wow, this is the life, the young lady thought to herself, until the first black and blue, then the second, then the third. He said he was sorry each and every time. I know he loves me. Why did that happen? A year and a half of black and blues and sorries and I love yous, and don't forget the flowers and the gifts too. Being thrown against furniture, head smashed on dressers. That was her breaking point, and she picked up the phone. Why did that happen? A baby is on its way. The young lady couldn't be happier. We have to make sure the daddy will have nothing to do with the child. He is not worthy. He is no good. He may hurt us both. He signed the papers over without hesitation. We are free. Why did that happen? Her beautiful son is now 6 weeks old, and she is working hard at night. One night, her eyes met the man of her dreams. She poured him one cup of coffee after another and couldn't keep her eyes off of him. He was an amazing sight, and she felt the power overcome her like never before. Why did that happen? The couple dated for a few years, and love had surely blossomed. They were best friends, lovers, and more. They had reached a point where the young lady decided to go her own way, and this was one of the hardest decisions she had to make, but thought it was best. Why did that happen? A year later, the young lady met someone new and thought she was happy again. He had kids, and eventually everyone moved in together. A family, laughter, fun, and games. She was on cloud nine. What could be better? Until lightning struck her life once again. Why did that happen? Yet another man who enjoyed the color of black and blue on women. The look of the ability of the expansion of eyes and cheeks when pounded upon. Another man who says, "I'm sorry, I love you, this will never happen again." Until the next time. Why did that happen? The transformation of colors and swelling of body parts continued for 2 years. She moved out once and moved back in. He asked her to marry him, and she said, "Yes, because he loves me. He is sorry. He does love me. He will change." Why did that happen? The storm arrived one night in May when she was at dinner with her dad. Her son was with him, and when he got mad, he took her son and beat him so badly he bled and bruised. And worse, he even put her son in the bathtub and held his head under water. Why did that happen? The powers that be took over in the mother and comforted her child. They went to the police and reported the abuse. The man was arrested and thrown in jail, but they should have thrown away that key. He was let out on bond just that next day. Why did that happen? She moved out, but was still in shock, trying to care for her son. He was following her everywhere she went. Nothing much anyone could do. A month went by, but still nothing had changed until she decided to make that change. She took her son and moved far, far away. Why did that happen? The man that she had met when her son was only an infant was still in her life as a friend. They spoke on the phone. He was worried about them, and she was just a mess. She needed to press on with her life. She's gone through enough. You could hear the love over the phone lines, each yearning to be with one another. Why did that happen? They continued corresponding, but it was a vacation that took place about 6 years later, and they both finally admitted they still loved one another. The next year she moved back into the arms of the man that she was meant to be with. Now she and her son are home. Why did that happen? Her son is in high school and has to provide community service to graduate. How about volunteering at a women's center for the abused together? Mother and son started investing time in a project that would change their lives. Mother was speaking at churches and son at high schools about their past. Why did that happen? They were both awarded Speakers of the Year the first year together on a project, something you can't put into words. How do you take something so horrible and make it into something so grand? There was a force much stronger than us pushing them forward. Why did that happen? I am not perfect, and I am not the best at any one thing. And I even feel at times that I want to give up because of everything that I have seen. The world can be such a horrible place at times, but I truly want to help those in need. I tend to try to overlook those who lift their eyebrows and wonder about me. And I keep in mind that maybe those are people that are the ones that are really in need, and I give them a smile. I keep my head high, and I take my strength into better paths of life, because people deserve happiness, they deserve peace, they deserve love and kindness, and children deserve the chance to live all of these things from the day that they're born. The next time that you ask yourself, why did that happen? just take a look back at your life and maybe you can answer that for yourself.